Good to have you back with us here on Ed Schultz News and Commentary. Let's investigate what Jeb Bush is trying to do. There's a lot of criticism about Bush's campaign. The rats are leaving the ship. He's not organized. He's not aggressive enough. Everything he's tried to do has not worked, and he just can't get the momentum. And there's a tremendous amount of disappointment within his campaign that they're not doing very well. They're not doing well against Carson. They're not doing well against Trump. And so Rubio seems to be the target. He went after Rubio in the debate the other night, says that he should quit the Senate because he's missing votes. This has become a real legitimate story, I think, and I think Bush did the right thing. Now, whether he had a bad debate or not can be debated. But the fact is he tried to rehabilitate himself on Meet the Press yesterday and continued his attack on Rubio.
The basic point with Marco isn't that he's not a good person or he's not a gifted politician. Everybody can see that. It's that I have proven leadership skills. I got to be governor of a state and accomplish big things. And in this era of gridlock, it's really hard to break through, and I think he's given up. And I think that's the wrong thing to do. This is about public service, about solving problems. If you look at the three people on the stage for the United States Senate, all three of them have a combined 2 bills that became law that they've sponsored. If you look at Hillary Clinton, in 10 years, 3 bills she's sponsored that became law. This is the gridlock that I'm running to try to break up. I can change the culture in Washington.
So it takes 3 Republican senators to do the work that Hillary Clinton did 10 years ago in the Senate. I found that rather comical. All right, but here's the point. He thinks that he can change Washington. You can't change Washington unless you're going to vote. And Rubio, of course, is not voting. What did the people of Florida think about this? Annette Taddeo joins us. She's running for Congress in Florida's 26th district. She has a long history of politics in the state of Florida. Great friend of ours. Annette, good to have you with us.
Great to be with you.
How is this story playing out? Is this a problem for Rubio that he goes on national television and says that, you know, his votes really aren't that important and really minimizes the importance of the Senate? That's how I take it. How's it playing in Florida?
Well, the latest poll in Florida has him, has still, I mean, we still have Donald Trump as number one, and then Carson, and then Rubio. So he's the sitting senator, and yet somehow he's not polling anywhere in the top 2. So not playing so well. The Sun Sentinel continued its request for him to resign, and I think the internal fight has been interesting to watch, certainly from the ground, and all the different operatives. Today, Rubio's former chief of staff, when he was Speaker of the House in Florida, just announced that he's endorsing Jeb. So the fight continues.
Okay. Does Jeb have to do this? Does he have to go on the offensive against Rubio and attack his voting record and put him on the defensive?
I don't know that he has to. I don't think it's helping Jeb. I think, it was very clear that Rubio was prepared to respond to that attack, maybe not expecting it right from Jeb, from his friend, his mentor, but certainly Rubio was prepared. Jeb was not prepared. I mean, if you're going to attack somebody, certainly in a debate, you better be prepared to totally kill them, and that was not what Jeb was prepared to do.
This is Rubio on Face the Nation yesterday defending himself not voting in the Senate. This is what he had to say. This is his excuse.
The truth is, I don't like missing votes, but what I would really hate is to wake up on the first Wednesday of November to the news that Hillary Clinton's been elected president of the United States. So we're going to continue to serve the people of Florida. We do, I think, a very good job in our offices of serving our constituents in their interaction with government. We will most certainly be there for most votes and many votes. There will be some I will miss, and I will miss them because I'm campaigning so that in the future, those votes actually mean something.
I mean, that is just outrageous for him to say, I don't like missing votes, but what I really hate is to wake up the first Wednesday of November to the news that Hillary Clinton will be elected president. So what kind of excuse is that? How is that going to play with the folks in Florida?
Well, in the local shows in Florida, what they were comparing that answer to is, and both on Spanish as well, was the fact that the other senators running have missed 10 votes. So whether it's Bernie Sanders on the Democratic side or the other senators on the Republican side, somehow they're able to do it and only miss 10 votes and not miss important votes. He certainly is not doing that. And the interesting part is we don't know what he's doing because he hasn't been doing that many appearances and that many things. So it is puzzling, and I think yesterday they called him an empty chair. I think that's going to stick.
In Florida, they called him an empty chair?
Yes. A lot of the shows in the morning, whether they were in Spanish or in English, they were talking about the empty chair.
Well, it would seem to me that the Bush campaign would jump all over that. It's going to be interesting to see if this strategy works.